What's up, guys? Welcome back to Boost Brothers Garage. Last time we left you hanging a little bit with what our decision was going to be. Today we're finishing all the prep work, and our old school subscribers may recognize this place. Stay tuned. That's right, guys, we're back at my home garage. This is where the channel got started before we went and got a shop. So yeah, as you can see, once the 951 was taken out of here, we've got construction stuff. We're always doing work around the house, but anyway, I don't want to bore you with that. Got the car here. That was a little sketchy. The car doesn't have a title or license plate or headlights or anything else to make it street legal, and it was getting dark, so we had to break the law a little bit, but that's all right. We got it here. We're gonna paint here. We don't want to stink the shop up. We have neighbors there, and we just need to be careful, so we moved it here. We're gonna do all that stuff this weekend. That video will come out next week, but unfortunately we still had some stuff to do here. We gotta finish body filling this front end. We've got to mask the car. We did a few other little odds and ends tonight before we got the car here, so we'll show you that as well. For now, we're going to show you the body filler portion, which we already filmed, so this is backwards. You can already see it, but whatever. We're going to rewind a little bit. Last time we showed you guys that we had done some modifications to the front end. Well, we now have to go through and put body filler over this, which I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means, so it's a little bit of trial and error, but we're going through and we're trying to build up the material on the headlight bucket here, the lid, so that we can sand it down and have a mostly smooth front end. And unfortunately this filler is drying so fast. Body work, not our strong suit. There's like chunks in here that are already dry. That's just gonna have to do for now. I think the other side looks decent though. What do you guys think? Should we hang up our bodywork hats and never do this again? Oh man, probably so. While I was not having fun with the body filler, Zach was back here starting to mask everything off. He got the taillights done, and we're continuing with the windows now. Zach, do you have any idea what you're doing?
I'm putting tape on things that I want to stay black.
You think it's gonna actually stay black?
Probably not all of it, because of how we're painting this car, and because I'm sure I'm going to fail this taping thing that I'm doing here as well.
A little more masking done. For those of you guys that watched the last video, at this point you probably know what we're doing. Obviously we're not wrapping the car, so I guess we could be plasti dipping or we could be rolling paint on. And Zach, what did we finally decide?
Rust-Oleum.
Well, kind of. In fact, we're using tractor paint. This stuff is meant to be out in the elements. It's pretty robust. We thought we'd give it a shot, and we've done some research. We're gonna reduce it down. We're gonna add in some hardener, and we're gonna roll it on. We considered spraying it, but we really wanted to try the ultimate low buck option. And what that means is it's gonna require a lot of sanding when we're done. We're probably gonna have to put like 8 coats on, potentially sand every other coat, and then a ton of wet sanding at the end. From some of the videos and thread posts, forum posts that I've seen, the results can turn out really good. Will they turn out good for us? We'll find out in next week's episode for sure.
Good enough.
I think we have done a decent job with the prep work, which is, as most of you guys know, 90% of the battle when it comes to refinishing a car. We have sanded everything down, we've filled low spots, Zach's going through and masking everything so we don't make a complete mess of it. I think we've got a decent shot. Zach, what's your What's your confidence level, 1 through 10, on it not looking like a complete bag of assholes when it's done?
It depends on what you're like comparing it to.
Well,
for this car and what it was before.
1 being what it was before, and 10 being a fresh off the showroom floor 944 Cup car.
5.
I think it's going to be a 6.
4. I changed it to 4.
6.
It's a little ambitious. I did the sanding. I don't have that much confidence in the prep work I did. It was the first time I'd done it. So.
All right, well that's fair. I'm also going to be rolling paint for the first time on a vehicle, so
I guess that's true.
maybe a 4 is the better bet.
The ability to wet sand can help get rid of a lot of the imperfections and orange peel, so that may be beneficial for us.
Yeah, that's ultimately going to determine how good of a job it is when it's done. How much we feel like wet sanding. Thanks to those subscribers that have been around long enough to remember this shop. And for those of you guys that are new and think maybe all that we do is super budget stuff that we're not very good at, that's only partially true. We also do stuff like build 2.85 hybrid stroker Porsche turbo engines. If you haven't seen where we built this engine, I will throw a link up here. Go check it out. It's early in our YouTube days and it's a little dry, but there's some good information there, and soon enough this thing will be going in the wide body car.
By the time it goes in a car, it's going to need refreshed again.
What'd you say?
By the time that engine sees a car, it's going to need a complete refresh again.
You think it's going to take that long?
Yes. Timestamp this, YouTube.
May 31st, 2018. The wide body car.
I'll take the over of 2020.
Mark my words, the wide body car will move under its own power in the year 2019. Any final thoughts, Zach?
It's hot.
It is
I'm
hot.
glad I have to go out of town this weekend.
Yeah, this dude is making me do 95% of the paint work.
I can't help it. I've got an important mission.
All right, guys, we'll see you in a couple days. There will be some paint on this car, and hopefully it doesn't look terrible.
Guess the color.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Well, I mean, I kind of already showed him the can.
Disregard.
Actually, tell him, yeah, I just said bye. We're still filming, though. But tell him what happened with that can of paint.
So, the paint that we got, it's the tractor paint, and the color I wanted, it's called Ford Gray. It's kind of like it's like Ford Tractor Gray, but it's like Nardo, kind of, or like primer old F-150. I ordered it from Amazon because it's the only place I could find it locally, and they sent it in 2 days. So I get home today, and on my front porch is the actual white mail crate itself with the box in it, and I'm like, well, that's odd. And then as I walk up to it, there's a trail of gray paint, and then the mail crate is half full of gray paint. The can had busted open in shipping, and the mailman just said F it and threw the whole thing on my porch. Whatever.
Luckily, there's still enough left for us to get this job done. See you next time.